As you probably know, Bellular has posted some very interesting graphs about the amount of subscribers in WoW for the last couple years. Here it is. And looking at it, you might think that this graph is countering my most popular videos about retail's success and Classic's demise, right? Well, let's see how good Classic actually is and if I was wrong all along. Many of you think that Classic servers are what carrying WoW all these years, and that retail is total dogshit in terms of subscribers, right? Wrong. Let's see why. In 2019, Classic Era launched, and it bumped the sub count quite high. 8.27 million subscribers, numbers which we haven't seen for almost a decade. So obviously it had huge hype and was extremely successful, right? Well, do you see that huge dip in subs right after Classic launch? From 8.27 million back to 6. Interesting, right? Someone could even say that Classic was overhyped crap that people tried for a week and realized how boring it is and quit, right? If Classic was so good and it carries Blizzard up to this day, then how did that happen? How did the sub count fall so low during the Classic launch hype? Why did it fail to keep the sub count high? Oh, and what's this? After the miserable Classic downwards trend, what got the sub count back up again at the 8 million landmark that Classic Era launch achieved? Shadowlands, a retail expansion, that's right. Oh, and during the massive downfall of Shadowlands, TBC launched, and it saved the sub count, right? Like Classic Era did. After all, the Classic servers are the most successful games of Blizzard, right? It brought the subs back to 8 million, yes? Hell no. This is what TBC did. Absolutely jackshit with an even bigger dip in sub count than Classic Era. Interesting, right? Well, that's disappointing. Oh, but what about Wrath of the Lich King relaunch? The ultimate, glorious, most successful and best work that Blizzard has ever made in history. Oh, right. It did, unsurprisingly. Nothing. Isn't that weird? How is that possible? Oh, and what brought the subs back again after the humiliating launches of TBC and Wrath? That's right, Dragonflight, a retail expansion. At around 6.5 million subs from the depressing 4.5 million during Wrath. Isn't that very interesting now? Oh, and what's that? Dragonflight had a slight dip to 5.5 to 6 million subs, and then Season of Discovery came around and saved the day, right? No. Of course it didn't. It only brought it back to 7.25 million, and at that precise time was when major hype around WoW happened thanks to BlizzCon.
What up, BlizzCon?
That announced not only just the next one expansion, but the next 3 retail expansions.
We have decided to give you a glimpse at your next 3 expansion sets.
And the very successful Season 3 launch of Dragonflight. So the idea that SOD somehow saved WoW, with its 1.25 million subs, which most of these aren't even thanks to SOD at all as I explained, is downright straight copium overdose of the Classic community. So you're telling me that this, and this is what carries Blizzard all this time, right? Wait a minute. So Dragonflight, with the most boring setting of an expansion in WoW's history, with precisely 0 hype surrounding it in comparison with the insane hype around Classic Era or Shadowlands, Dragonflight still managed to get that many subs. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm right, and always has been. Of course this graph is proving me right. Of course Classic is overhyped crap. Of course Blizzard is focusing all their resources into retail and not in Classic. Of course. What did you expect? And of course, Plunderstorm is the most hype shit Blizzard has made in the past decade. I guarantee that. Yes, a retail limited time event, a small worthless 0.6 patch, is outperforming Classic, TBC, Wrath, and SOD. It outperforms even Fortnite currently in Twitch. Yes, it's that popular. And in case you wanted a reminder of how dead Classic servers are and how much meaningless is their contribution to the sub count, here's the proof. With all that being said, I hope this stupid debate of which WoW version is the most popular, successful, and simply better can end. Because the answer is obvious, and always has been. Retail.
Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom. Pow.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
That's quite big.